Good good morning. It is still morning where I am. I just it's been a long time since I did a movie review, mainly because of lockdown and my schedule and movie schedules, etc. I didn't get to go to the movies. But the other day I discovered the movie Dune was on and I could watch it on my television. And so I ended up watching it for myself. Then my son was visiting me, and I said, "You got to see this movie." He hadn't seen it yet. And so I watched it again. Now, I'm going to just talk about my impression before I go into all the people that are in it. The first thing that hit me was how they took time to build the storyline. I really was enthralled the whole time. Now, I've watched a lot of movies in my life, and I still do. Most, Netflix and me are quite old friends these days. And so is Crave and a few other things. But this one really captured me. I was enthralled. I was enthralled with the build-up, and the sets, the magnificent sets, that it just kept rolling on and on and on. And I know at one point my son had said to me, "Oh, Mom, that movie is 3 hours long." And I said, "Was it?" I, I wasn't even aware of time. I was caught up totally in the movie. Now, let's just, most people know the story and they've watched the original movie. And I did years ago too. And I was trying to look for it to see it, the old original one, because I knew that I had read or heard, no, I'd read, there was some criticism about this particular show. But believe me, if you haven't seen it, you really need to see it. Now, I wasn't familiar with Timothy, and I don't know how to say his last name properly, but I'm going to say Chalamet. He played the main character of Paul Atreides. All these tongue twisters from my tongue. Brilliant, young, and was able to go from play a very young man to a maturing man. And I know they've started the second show, and I can't wait for it to come out, because if it is treated the same way as this movie is treated, it's a must-see. Rebecca Ferguson played his mom, Lady Jessica Trace. Now, for because I'm metaphysical, I really like some of the elements that they had in there regarding her role. Whoops, my keyboard, which I put to a side, was falling on the ground. Zanata was Cheney. Now, it's funny. My son said, "Oh, is that Shania there?" And I said, "Yes, that's her." And so that was noticed. Oscar Isaac was also the father to Leto Idris. So names, really big names here. Jason Momoa as Duncan Idaho. Big, important role. Stellan Sagat. Oh, really? You kind of recognize him, but he plays this majesty and bloated and not a very nice person at all, but as usual, played incredibly well. Josh Brolin, again, as Javier Bardem and Dave Bautista. I really like Dave a lot. And so I was happy to see he was in it as well. I had to include his name because if he's in a movie, I try and watch it, because after the, oh God, this is the name of the movie that he was in with all the space people. I just love that one. And it's the movie, age, I tell you, all of a sudden you'll go to grab something and it's disappeared. But anyhow, Dune, back to Dune. You want to see magnificent sets? You want to see filming with sandstorms and sandworms, and I don't like giving away anything, but it was really, really great. And it was like knowing how and what and where. It's really worth seeing in so many ways. So I really trust you'll find time to find it if you haven't seen it in a movie theater, or if it is on a movie theater near you. I know it's been out for a wee while. I believe it's also nominated quite a few Oscar nominations. Sets, directorship. Oh, the director was Denis Villeneuve. Primo. For myself, I usually work on 5s, but I'm going to say 10 out of 10 for me. I was enthralled, and I'm not an easy, I watch a lot of movies, so I'm fairly judgmental in lots of ways of what keeps my attention and what doesn't. For this is I think should be taught on movie crafting. How do we have a movie develop the scenario? I can see, I don't know whether they're doing 2 or 3 movies. I don't know, but I certainly can see why, because they laid such a beautiful foundation. So it's my recommendation. Go see Dune. Thank you.